Hello and welcome to the first episode of Legacy of the Void. We are continuing the main story now after completing the prologue campaign, Whispers of Oblivion. So we're going to create a new campaign on the brutal difficulty. This is, I think, it's kind of the hardest campaign. Some missions are not that difficult. Some missions are really challenging. So we'll see how this goes. But I've done it before, so hopefully I'm not too rusty.
The swarm brought ruin to our world. Our proud people became refugees. And yet, they could not shatter our unity. For we are bound by the Kala, the sacred union of our every thought and emotion. Today, we retake our homeworld, and with it, our legacy.
That is such a cool cinematic. I'd say it's the second best one they made. I think the first Heart of the Swarm one is... I think that's the best one, but this is a close second in my opinion. All right. Legacy of the Void. A great evil looms over the galaxy. The dark god Aemon has returned. Spurred on by Sarathul's prophecies, Kerrigan and her swarm set out to destroy Aemon's hybrid forces, hoping to stop the coming oblivion. We saw that in the prologue. With the threat of the Surrey Queen absent, the Protoss hierarch Artanis raised a massive invasion fleet, left the Dark Templar world of Shakuras, and committed to restore his people's former glory by reclaiming their lost homeworld of Aiur. This is a pretty fun mission. The first one is basically just an A-clicker. I will say they're putting a lot of emphasis into the Kala, and if you read some of the books, I have read a few, but not that many, the Kala is very important, and it will be very important later on in the campaign. I'll get to why it's slightly problematic in the future.
Templar. At long last, we stand at the threshold of destiny. For today, we will restore the glory of our legacy. Today, we will retake what we have lost and reclaim our homeworld. And may the Kala's light guide us.
The invasion fleet stands ready. We await only your command, Hierarch.
You must halt this invasion at once.
Zeratul?
Templar! Arrest this traitor!
No! We will hear him out.
The end war has come. Amon, the Dark One, has returned.
This heretic cannot be trusted.
This invasion is a distraction from the true battle ahead. Amon's fury will engulf the entire galaxy.
Do not forget that it was his interference that brought ruin to Aiur.
And that burden weighs heavily upon me. Artanis, I have found a way to stand against the coming darkness. You must believe me.
We have been through much together, Zeratul. But far too many have sacrificed, in the hopes that this moment would come to pass. Executor! Commence the invasion!
The reclamation of Aiur is underway. We are preparing to siege the warp network at Coruscant now.
Well done, Selendis. Once the warp conduits are free of infestation, our forces will strike as one across the surface of Aiur.
The Templar await your command, Hierarch.
Alright, so this is the army that we have. It's a pretty strong one. I do wish that in the animation they'd have previously, they showed some...
Warriors, Aiur awaits you. March forth and take it.
This is pretty cool. Now they'll just like fight forever. Like you have to push. They're just gonna sit here. As I was gonna say, I wish they'd shown us Immortals and maybe Stalkers in the previous cinematic. There's a lot of info just dumped in the previous cinematic that you kind of have to play the previous StarCraft games to understand. Kind of weird. Anyway, we're gonna save. Let's go. We're just gonna A move. I maybe should be like more careful and I should draw them out, but this is the first mission, like it's not a difficult one. We'll try to keep our Immortals and Stalkers alive, but aside from that, we're gonna be pretty liberal.
I have diverted some Colossi to join your forces.
Oh, that's nice.
Use them well, Artanis.
Yeah, they kind of disappeared here. That's cool. This is a cool mission. The whole idea is it's supposed to make you feel awesome about like murdering a bunch of Zerg. I think it does a decent job of doing that. I think if it was a slightly bigger scale, maybe like there were a few more Zerg bases and that there were more like allied forces, that would be cool.
There is a Zerg hive cluster near your warriors. If possible, we should destroy it.
We are going to do these. We are going to be doing all the mission objectives throughout this campaign. We won't be aiming for any achievements, just like the previous Let's Plays that I've been doing, but doing everything like that you can do, I think, makes sense. Within reason. Like, if I'm stuck on something and it takes me like a bajillion tries, I'm just going to let it go. But I don't think that will happen.
Well fought, my warriors. Let us return our focus to reclaiming the warp conduit.
But this actually gives us some more forces, specifically 6 more units. I believe they were all zealots, so not super interesting. Okay, we're going to be a bit more conservative now because we're actually at a point where we have limited forces. Maybe should have done this previously, but, you know, better late than never, right? Okay. But yeah, as I was going to say later on in the campaign, there's going to be a story beat that kind of occurs at Mission 2 and is like the whole plot of the game, essentially. And it's fine.
The conduit is ours. Warp down reinforcements.
As you command.
2 warp conduits remain in the grip of the Zerg. Ready yourselves, brethren. We move for victory.
This is a big-ass army. So as I was saying, like they're trying to establish the Kala as super important, and they kind of succeed, I'd say.
More hives in the surrounding area.
Kind of.
Destroying them would deal the Zerg a crippling blow.
We're gonna wipe them out, of course. But yeah, it's one of those things where they never really talk about the Kala all too much in StarCraft 1. They do a bit. They talk a bit about the Dark Templar, but it's mostly about, you know, other things, about survival. And
We thank you for your aid. Allow us to join you in battle. Very well.
like, it's not something that's ever discussed in StarCraft 2, Wings of Liberty, or Heart of the Swarm. I understand that they developed the story later, like after the fact.
Warriors, annihilated.
We strike as one.
I still think it's one of those things where it's kind of underdeveloped, and they only talk about it.
Has fallen. Continue on, brothers.
They only talk about it this mission, the trailer opening, and the next mission. And then, I mean, they mention it a bit throughout the campaigns, but I kind of wish the Aiur portion, like, was 1 more mission, maybe even 2 more missions, and that they were in bigger scale. That would have been really cool if you have, like, all units unlocked at the start, and then, I don't know. I will say, of the campaigns, this one is the, like, if Wings of Liberty is the most bombastic and kind of corny but charming, and Heart of the Swarm is the most focused and well executed, then this is the kind of, it's hard to describe, but the Protoss emote weirdly, the voice effects are kind of annoying, the plot is the least interesting, I'd say. It's kind of the most predictable of the ones.
Another hive lies in ruins. Only 1 remains, my warriors.
It's still good, and I think I appreciate it more than I did when it came out, but this was the campaign that came out when I was 16, I think. This is the one I was disappointed with. Like, I loved Wings of Liberty. Heart of the Swarm was great, and then this one, I was a little disappointed. I think in retrospect, it is still great. Like, don't get me wrong. There are many a game that never reached the same highs as this campaign does, so, you know, shouldn't complain too much, but it's one of those things when you have 2 absolute bangers and then you have a kind of decent but not as great product, you get a little disappointed. Or I did anyway.
The second warp conduit is activating now.
Psi matrix signal confirmed. Reinforcements warping in at your location.
I am the voice of the eclipse.
Now, maybe as you can hear it, but I am still unfortunately a bit under the weather. My voice is a bit hoarse, and sometimes I cough. I will try to edit those out, see if any slip through. Oh my god.
This brood is coordinated.
Oh my
Actions
god.
are intelligent beyond feral Zerg.
You speak truly, Zeratul. An unseen hand moves them. We must be on guard.
They're trying to, like, present a lot of info that I feel like could have been presented better over, like, maybe 2 missions. Like, this should have just been the Raffle Stomp mission, or maybe the Unseen Hand thing. It's fine introducing it like this. But I would have liked a big ol' macro mission where you get to fight, like, this huge battle. Kind of like what a lot of custom campaigns do.
The final hive has fallen. Let this be the first victory of many. Aiur will be restored.
I kind of understand why they didn't, though, but And it's very easy to say, oh, I wish they did this, and then maybe it would not have been as good. So it feels like they put all these, tens and tens of millions of dollars into story writing, into working on the units, balance, all these things. I feel like just creating 1 or 2 more maps, especially when like modders do it for free, like all the different Warcraft 3 maps and so on and so forth, are so good. I think we have to A move. Come on, man. Yikes. This is not going great. But even the, like, supposedly uber skilled mission is a little bit tricky. So let's save a second time, just in case. I think this will be fine, but let's be a little bit wise about this. Hello.
First, the impossible hybrid on Aiur. It is they who have been leading the Zerg.
Yeah, I think we're good. That Guardian is going to be annoying, but we have enough Stalkers, I think.
This is the end of your reign.
We're killing them before the Lions are played, which is kind of funny. Kind of annoying as well. Not too bad.
The warp conduits have been secured. Our starfighters are moving to take this fight across the surface.
Take command of the invasion, Executor. Zeratul, you and I must discuss this most recent turn of events further.
All right. But yeah, I think it would have been cool to just have had one more mission where you just stomp the Zerg. So we kill 120 units with Colossi. We did that with ease. Lose fewer than 100 units. We lost 123. And that basically means, like, don't let your zealots get destroyed. We could have been a bit more conservative. Don't know what the mastery is, but eh.
It seems the end war you warned of has begun. Tell me, old friend, what is it you have learned?
I have witnessed the end of all things. Horrific legions of hybrid, raising world upon world. In the darkness, lording over them, a shadowy form. Amon.
Yet, you spoke of a way to stand against him.
This vision was a benevolent one, as if an ancient voice called out from beyond. The keystone shall usher you unto hope.
Keystone?
I saw a burst of light revealing the Zelnaga artifact on the Terran world of Korhal. It is the keystone of this vision. The prophecies speak of Zelnaga standing against Amon in the end times. I believe this keystone will guide us to them.
I have always trusted you, Zeratul, but the burdens of leadership demanded much of me. There are times I am uncertain whether I was truly ready for such weight.
Your doubt is unfounded, young Artanis. You must embrace what you have become if you are to be the leader we now need.
You will go to James Raynor on Korhal and receive this keystone. I will marshal our forces for the war ahead. When you return, the Templar will be ready. Entaro Tassadar, old friend.
Entaro Artanis, brother.
Zeratul.
Okay, so we'll play that next time. So this is like a little cute moment. I think when I was younger and this game came out, I thought it was lazy that they used the keystone again. I do think now it is a bit annoying that it's the same MacGuffin, but on the flip side, it does mean there's a commonality in all 3 campaigns. It appears in each one. And it very neatly ties in like a reason to revisit the Terrans and have this connection with Kerrigan. So I think it's fine. But yeah, that was the first episode. I hope you enjoyed it. Join us next time where we continue with the Growing Shadow, the second of the Aiur missions. There are 3 in total. And we'll be uploading StarCraft 2 Legacy of the Void every Saturday. We might change that schedule so we get a bit more in the future. We'll see. But for now, I hope that's the plan. So I hope you join me. Take care.